Alright, this is a tutorial for marching on in the key of G. And there's really just a couple of basic groove patterns that you're going to do over and over again and just in different chord shapes. So the beginning, the intro plus all the way through verse 1 through 4, although you'll change register in verse 4, it's going to be the same. All the verses plus intro. So it's over E, the E minor, so a fifth, or also called a power chord in the left, and then G, D, another power chord. So, and then over C. So you don't land together, you don't go, it's kind of a, like a kickoff. Sure how you would count it. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. I'll go even slower. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So if you were going to break it down really slow that way. So you do the same for verse 1, the intro, verse 1, verse 2, the over C, E minor, and D sus. This you land together. And then you go back to. So the whole verse, and you'll do this for verse 1 and 2. It'll go. Okay, and then when you get to verse 3, you'll just want to bring your hands lower. So your right hand will be above middle C, your left hand is now not close to middle C, but down here. And then when you get to verse 4, you'll bring both hands down lower, and maybe a few extra notes. Instead of going for the C. So verse 4, you do the same riff but lower, and then when you get, instead of going for the C, it'll be the battle belongs to you and no one else. No one else. Sorry, it's hard to say at the same time. So verse 4 will look like this. So that's what you would do if you would like for verse 4. And the chorus, 1A will always be the same. It's not metered. It's you start on the 1 for E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And so we'll sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah, to here. So on. So I'll do that again. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 For the turnaround, it's so G, E, D, B, and then over C, G, D, E, and then to G, it's an inverted, it's a second inversion G, and then same thing. And then the second inversion B to, I mean not B, G. So. So I'll play verse 1 down to the turnaround so you can hear it all together. Spots where you're going to have to jump quickly, but your hands are a lot bigger than mine, so it won't be quite as much of a jump as it is at kind of crawling over to the next thing. All right, so the turnaround is the same as the instrumental you'll be doing. Although it does have a D sus in there. I am not sure why. All right, so for the bridge, similar pattern as in the verses, but now you're doing a different inversion of the chord. So instead of here, you're on D, B to A, G. Last line. It says no chord, but it sounds really weird because we don't have the right setup for it. So go to D. Then there's that break. All right, so for the bridge, so D, B, and then A, G. Up here, so you could just do D and C or include the G, and then back to D, B, clearing the. So you'll still do the same thing as you did in the other lines. On the very last line, only instead of over no chord, you'll be doing an octave with a fifth, and then the so anyway, and then chorus 1B. Chorus 1B is the same thing. I'm trying to see what the difference is. They have, let's see, we'll sing hallelujah for all to hear, same chords. Second line, same chords. Third line, same chords. Fourth line, same chords. I don't know why they have chorus 1B. It's exactly the same thing. I was thinking of the tag, because the tag is a sing hallelujah, and then it'll be a different, same pattern, but now we're doing a slight variation. The same thing as before, as the first one, only you'll want to bring it lower, otherwise it sounds, you want to give it some variation. So those are really hard things to sing over that, but that's what you'll be doing. And then the we're marching on. So it's the same thing over and over again. Same thing as you did in the verse, in verse 3, because you're bringing it lower. And then when you're at the end, you could change it up. So that could be another variation instead of doing it the whole time. So we repeat it a lot, and you can go to second inversion G over E minor. So that's the way it would sound. Here's what you're playing: D, G, B, and then first inversion C, and then B, G, and then back to that second inversion G, and then do that B, G, C, G, B. Hopefully that all makes sense. Let me know if it does not.